Jiri Mountain National Park. We've arrived. I'm gonna get out and take a quick look, see if there's any information. But I presume that you just keep driving this road. And don't know. Let's take a look. African Dredgy. There's an African pig here. Now here's a map. So we are here. Looks kind of, I don't see the, is that the road? Some waterfalls. So, all right, anyways, we're not gonna walk. It's kind of clouding up a little bit, so I don't know if it's gonna rain or what, but we're gonna stick to the car, find a place to park, camp, and chill. That's the plan. Stay tuned. All right, onward and upward. We'll see where this windy road will take us. I'm not really sure. One thing I do notice is my ears are already starting to have pressure, and we haven't even hardly started. And the mountain doesn't look that huge, but it is kind of a fairly steep incline. Definitely curvy. Would be fun on a motorcycle. Actually, as I climb this path, I have been to Jiri Mountain one time before, and that was when I used to have a motorcycle. It was a Mirage in Korean. And so I think I'm coming up the opposite way that I came here last time. So I vaguely remember turning my motorcycle off from the top of this mountain, like these dudes are doing. Now their motors are on, but I turned my bike off and just coasted the whole way down. I went with two buddies who also had motorcycles. One guy's in China now, and the other guy, we used to call him Dirty Gary. He's kind of a hippie, always poor. And then this cat, back in the day, before Bitcoin like took off, Dirty Gary, someone told him to invest, so he took his pension, he took some of his retirement from the university that he was teaching at, he invested into Bitcoin, and the last I had heard, he was sailing around the world on his own sailboat. So that's as close as I've come to knowing about a That's as close as I've ever gotten to knowing someone who has become Bitcoin wealthy. Dirty Gary. God bless you, Dirty Gary, wherever you are. Hopefully you haven't sunk and you still managed to hold some of those Bitcoin. Let's take a look here. Here's a spot to stop. Jungle. The sign when I left that tourist volunteer spot said beware of wild animals, but here in East Asia, there aren't any monkeys like there are in Southeast Asia. No monkeys, maybe some pig, maybe deer. Nothing terribly worrisome though, so. All right, back in the car, onwards and upwards. So here's a little town. We made it to the top. Not the top I was expecting, but this is a little village up here. I think we have more to go from what I remember, but little village girl there. Popo Jongyongchi. Let's see how far that Popo is. That's a waterfall. Alright, Guryong Popo. Guryong waterfall is only 1.2K, so we're gonna check it out. We are here. Popo is there. And I don't see a path necessarily unless this is it. Okay, here we go. Let's go check it out. I would go barefoot, but I don't know this trail and it's a bit muddy. So flip-flops it is. 240 meter. Now over here, Mudam. This is a right there you can see through the woods. Burial site. Someone that had some money, because that is a pretty large one and well maintained. 포포 있어요?
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 포포 있어요? 가까워요?
아니요.
아니요?
아니요. 가보세요. 좋아요.
볼 수 있어요? 오케이. 오,
쪼리.
예. 폭포리 있어요. 좀 먹어봐요. 곰? 곰 있어요?
곰 없어요.
없어요? 호랑이? 호랑이 없어요?
호랑이.
돼지? 쥐? Well, I asked them if there's bears or tigers. They said no. All there is here are stairs. These stairs aren't going to be fun coming back up, I can tell you that. That's probably why the kid wasn't too happy. Looking at me like, what am I doing here? I should be in front of a TV playing League of Legends. But no, I'm in search of waterfalls. I can kind of see it through the woods. It's way down there. It ain't close. When they say 240 meters, I didn't know they meant vertically. But hey, after spending hours in the car, the Stairmaster is just what the doctor ordered. Question is, do I go right or do I go left? I'll go right. Unless it's wrong. Uryongge Gegok. Gegok, I think, is valley. Gegok. Or is it Goge? Gegok. I think it's Gegok. A stream. And I'm not sure. It's a pagoda. There we got some leaves that are actually changing here. I think going left would have been a better option, would have got me down by the water. I think this is just a temple. Guryongsa. Guryongsa. I'm not really dressed to come to a temple. I'm in my very casual clothing, so I think I'll just stick to the pokpo. That's kind of cool there. It ain't Niagara Falls. It's Guryong. Alright. That was right. And this is left. And these steps are even more steep. Steeper. That should be grammatically correct. And I think it has a better view of the waterfall, actually. Little ferns growing here on top of the posts. I imagine that the wood on these stairs don't last very long when it's so humid and wet all the time. As you can kind of see, that's very, very, very soft. Everything is temporary. The only thing that you can count on is change. And not the change in your pocket. It's the change of time through wind, rain, and time. Things break down, wear out, change into a different form of energy. These stairs will once again become soil to feed a tree that will be cut down to replace thee. As they're doing here, they're replacing, it looks like. Replacing some stairs. That's kind of annoying sound, but here you go. Here is the Popo. It's pretty. Here's what feeds it. Well, one small source from above. Do not feed the bears. Because of cavities. And here's the other side. Left, right. The only other way is back up. I ain't gonna lie, That was a pretty good workout. Thigh master. These signs, they say Mikurum Jui. Mikurupta, slippery. Popo, Juryongam. It's a temple. Should have read that earlier, but I didn't. Still got a little ways to go, but we're almost there. So Bandal Gasamgom. Bandal means half moon. Gasam is the chest, so this is the half moon bear. Which is also, I think, kind of commonly known to as the Asian bear. 안녕하세요. 어려워요. 준비하세요. So, anyways, the Asian bear is the half moon bear. And yeah, they're known to still exist in this area of Korea. Jiri-san. Wowza. Yeah, it's almost mid-October here. I'm in a tank top, board shorts, and sandals, and I just broke a sweat on a fairly short downhill uphill. But the air is clean, no trails in the sky, just those in the mountains, which you got to be proud of if you're Koreans. Very little dust. One thing, if you do come to Korea as a foreigner, first time visit, springtime has pollen, and it also has fine dust that blows in from China, as well as Korea's own pollution manufacturing companies. But the autumn, for me, for my money, right about now is the perfect time. So we're trying to get up to Goribong. I think that's the name, Goribong. Gori, I believe, means tail, and Bong, the mountain near my home, Yongbong-san. Yong is dragon. Bong is like peak, top, spear, something, top. Tail top mountain, Yoribong, I don't know. But we're gonna go see what it looks like. I can't really remember. There's so many mountain roads here. I can't remember which one I was on and which ones that I haven't been on. So, but it's a very beautiful, windy, tree-lined, forested mountain road in the Jiri Mountain National Park, South Korea. But the switchbacks are pretty sharp, and it's just in a steady incline since we left that waterfall. And that dude is gonna be working his brakes all the way down. Alright, time to get serious here. Alright, here's a place to stop. Let's see if I can get in here, I don't know. But it's chilly up here. It's pretty chilly. Let's see. More steps.
근데 내년치 먹을 걸 가지고 갈 수가 없어서 못 가네. 메꿀 걸 밀고 갈 수가 없어. 메고 갈 수가 있어.
All right. 정령치유 휴게소. Guryongpokpo came up this way. We can go that way. Video just doesn't do it justice, really. The depth is missing. You could spend easily a week hiking through just this small range of the Jiri-san, I think, and see some beautiful views. There's your Bandal Gasamgom. But much respect to all of the construction people who are up here on the mountain and laying the stone, cutting the trees, creating the roads to make all of this so convenient for the weekend warrior to come up and enjoy it. So, mucho respect to all of those construction workers out there, the blue-collar fellas that didn't go to college, and they're probably at home right now smoking a cigar, having one of their bottles of soju on the Chuseok holiday. Downhill from here, hairpin turns. Anjan J-Il, safety first. So I think this road here, we just took a left, and this is, I think, Bemsa Gil. Bem is snake, so this is like the snake road. We just passed some motorcycles that were going the other way. But as I said 2-3 times already in this video, Korea is one of the best places for motorcycle riding. If you love curves, I met a dude that was not a professional, but I mean he was a well-seasoned motorcycle rider, been around the world, and he said that Korea is at the top. Now, there's a bicycle rider, and I don't know if I'd he's got a long way to go up, man. I don't envy that. Jiri Mountain National Park, South Korea. Still here. Not sure how much longer, but that's one of the reasons why I'm actually doing this drive. I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna be here. Not sure how much longer I'm gonna be in the old Republic of Korea, the Rock. I'm kind of feeling the tugs of America again. Go back home, regroup. It's a possibility, but here's a little village. We might pull over and see what's available. Just stretch the legs. Hukdaeji gui. Wow. Hukdaeji. Smells good. Very cool. Hukdaeji. Hukdaeji is black pig. I might have to get some black pig. Sit out here. What time is it? 3? I'm not that terribly hungry, but yeah, man. Hukdaeji, it's all Hukdaeji. Alright, so Il In-boon is one person. Talk to the dude across the way there who's cooking. Hukdaeji is black pig. And black pig in Korean is usually pretty expensive. It's Monpal Chanwon, Ilinbun, one person, 200 gram, 18,000 won, which is about, I don't know, $14. So, gonna get some black pig, not a whole heck of a lot, some side dishes, and get back on the road and try and find a place to sleep. Monpal Chanwon. That is hukdaeji. That is black pig. 200 grams. Three pieces. Basically cooked right over there on the grill with some pickle. Whatever that is. That's kimchi, potato, mushroom, some more veg. That's gateneep, that's sesame leaf, a lot of veg. I mean, you have some garlic, some samjang, and water. That's $15 for this. Right by the river. And that dude's pretty cool. He says that there's a camping place right up the road, but I probably need a reservation. We'll find out. But let's eat. Korean style. Samjang. Pork. Mano. Garlic. But first, let's just taste it. Pretty yummy. On the open fire is the way to cook meat. Another reason why I have to go back to America. Very difficult to have a proper barbecue here in Korea, outside. Just not a lot of land. Everything's cooked in the kitchen. But barbecue flavor, real barbecue on meat, can't beat it. Delicious. Garlic. Something. You make a little lettuce bomb. Very yummy. All right, so right out there, that was a family that owns this restaurant. The dad was the one that's cooking the meat, and his son served me the meal for Monpal Chanwon, which is 18,000 Korean won, which is about $15. And then they have a daughter. So the father has two children, a son and a daughter. And I asked the son about where to camp, and he said there's a campsite right up the road, 3-minute. And then he said, hey, I can make a reservation for you. And then so he had the father call, because they're probably well known in this area. Long story short, no room at the inn. But then the son said, hey, we have a little spot right up the road, and we're gonna go check that out in a little bit, but I'm gonna take a drive before the sun goes down. But he said, hey, do you want to go look? And you can camp here. And I said, well, let's take a look. And it's gonna be perfect, absolutely perfect. No people. I can park my car, possibly set up a tent, but I'll probably just sleep in my car again, make it nice and easy. And then I said, how much? And he said, no charge. So the lesson here to be learned is trust your intuition, people. I drove by, something said, the guy was out cooking the food, and obviously it smelled great, and that's what drew me in. But I drove all the way down and I drove all the way back, and I stopped at the place where I felt the first inkling to stop. The guy was out cooking, he looked friendly, and they offered me a place to sleep up here because there was no room at the inn at the campsite. So I'm very impressed, and we're gonna take a little bit more of a drive just to see while the sun is up, and then I'm gonna come up here and make camp. So I asked if they wanted an interview, and they said no, but maybe they'll change their mind later. I don't know. All for now. Bonk. So this is a campground. Hard to see RVs in this one. There's a number of campgrounds here. This looks like mostly RVs. Cha, that's a car campground, and hopefully you're able to see they're just literally butt cheek to butt cheek. There you go. And then right over here is one more campground. This is a kind of a proper view of how they camp. It's probably at least 500 tents up in that place. But again, the Kim family, much love to you for opening your door, proverbial door, to me, a lonesome traveler. But just driving down this street, all of these places are hooked-agey almost, and so it smells good. It smells good. The old barbecue. Beautiful little spots along the river to eat. This is a gem. This is a little gem of a road right here. If you come to Korea and you come to Jiri Mountain, I totally 110% recommend this area. So this is the spot. This is the spot. I'm gonna park, I'm gonna back up here. So they've got some running water, very well manicured. Right down here, that's their restaurant. I'll show that a little bit more. And just a bit of a canal. And he said I can set up a tent back here. I may set up a tent. Not quite sure yet. So we're gonna take a bit of a walk down by the water. See what's down there. That's where the magic happens. Alright, so it's Manbok Shikdang, the restaurant. Manbok Shikdang. Manbok 무슨 뜻이에요? 의미 있어요? Manbok. It's a nickname. It's his nickname. Oh, your dad's nickname, Manbok?
His brother.
His brother. Okay. Manbok Shikdang. It looks like there's some pensions here. But what I like is the lights. The lights, the tables right next to the water flowing. You got this old bridge across. And right there is the Hangeul, the Black Pig Restaurant Road. How can you beat that? I don't know if I can get across without getting the feet wet. I think I'll just go back over the bridge. But here's one thing I will do. Here's a rock. And I'm going to put this rock right like that. Actually, we're going to put this rock like that. And this rock like that. And we just started a prayer rock. And actually here you can kind of see all of the trees starting to change the color. Mr. Spider. One way to know that it's autumn in South Korea are these, I think they're called banana spiders. Ooh, look at them. Go back to your meal. But they get big, man. These things, these banana spiders get like really big. And then I presume that they die. I don't know what happens to them, but they lay their eggs and they die. The circle of life goes on. But the Bunwigi, the atmosphere here on this street is pretty special to me. Perfect autumn evening. Not a lot of people, so hopefully, you know, all of these restaurants get enough support. 안녕하세요. 분위기 너무 좋아요 여기에서.
네, 맞습니다.
손님 많이 와요?
네, 많이 와요.
많이 와요? 오케이, 좋아요. Said that people come, so that's good. A little super for your snacks. Ramen, some beers. And the Manbok Shikdang. So I think for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go ahead and set a tent up just because this is such a nice little spot. And I'm gonna trust the young Kim down there that it's not gonna rain. Even if it does rain, I'm gonna set the tent up. Cause not every day you get a perfect tent spot. You just have to set it up. Ta-da! That is the tent location. Give you a 360. Nobody behind me, nobody to the right of me, to the left of me. Beautiful mountain up above. Hookdoji down below. The loyal car. And the restaurant. How beautiful is that? And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pop that makgeolli that I bought earlier at the temple. I'm gonna drink a little bit of mock, charge my batteries, and enjoy the sound of this water. Very fortunate, very fortunate. Again, thank you to the Kim family down below for the use of this land. And I hope that some people will watch my video one day, don't know. And if they do come to Korea, most definitely come to this restaurant. Enjoy the peace and quiet and very, very tasty food and friendly service. So this is the makgeolli that I bought. So I'm gonna try it. Makgeolli again is a rice wine, and there is division on the etiquette of this. Some people say mix it. Some people say don't mix it. Mosquitoes. I say mix it. So before you open it, you give it a spin. Kind of get that tornado effect going on in that bottle. It's not really under pressure generally. It might foam a bit. but and I don't know if you can see, but it's purple. I don't have a glass, so you're gonna have to take my word for it. It is purple. There you go. Here is a little bit for Buddha. Cheers to the Kim family at the Doeji restaurant. Cheers to you, if anybody out there in Facebook land, YouTube land is watching this. It's pretty yummy. I like makgeolli. They like to drink makgeolli after a good hike. Koreans, the older Koreans, I don't see a lot of young Koreans in the mountains still these days. I think most of them are playing video games in that altered reality. But the older generations, they'll get into the mountain, and when they come down and they go to some of these little restaurants, they have a pajan, which is the Korean kimchi, well, kimchi or Hangeul, which is like a seafood, maybe some squid or shrimp, some scallops, some spring onion in there, and it's called the Korean pancake, kind of a flour-based, round, flat thing that they eat with a sauce, and then they drink some makgeolli, and call it the end of a very, very good hike. Or in my case, I'm gonna have this makgeolli and call it the end of a very, very good day.